So full disclosure, the this introductory paragraph to this quote has a good criticism of Nietzsche, and the paragraph before this is a good criticism of Nietzsche, and then the paragraph immediately preceding this paragraph, it has some pretty good criticisms of him too. But Nietzsche is just a way better writer than so many other philosophers that I just think he has, rhetorically at least, devastating critique here of mainly democracy, but also socialism and anarchism. So I'm just going to read his quote because it's such great, it's so well written, but I'll read the little preamble here first. All right, so the democratic movement, writes Friedrich Nietzsche, in confusing likeness with conformity, is, quote, the social form of the autonomous herd, unquote. He senses and denounces the fact that things are still developing at, quote, much too slow and sleepy, unquote, a place for the sick addicts of the democratic herd instinct. Okay, now this is the quote that I love so much. All right. This is attested by the evermore raging howls, the evermore open baring of the teeth of the anarchist dogs who are now flitting through the alleys of European culture. They are seemingly opposed to the peaceable and hard-working Democrats, to the ideological revolutionaries, and even more to the bungling philosophers and brotherhood visionaries who call themselves socialists and desire a free society. But in actuality, the anarchists are of the same breed, are of the same thorough and instinctive hostility against any social structure other than that of the autonomous herd. They are one with all the others in their tough resistance against any special claim, any special privilege and special right. Basically, this means they are against all rights, for when all are equal, no one needs any more rights. They are one in their distrust of punitive justice. They are one in their religion of compassion, of fellow feeling that extends to every fellow, living, suffering thing, down to the animal and up as far as quote unquote God. The extravagance of compassion for God belongs to a democratic age. They are one in the shriek, the impatience of their compassion, one in their deathly hatred of suffering as such, in their almost feminine inability to remain spectators at suffering, to allow suffering to take place. They are one in the involuntary depression and mollycoddling under whose spell Europe seems threatened by a new form of Buddhism. They are one in their faith in the morality of commonly felt passion, as though this feeling constituted morality itself, as though it were the summit, the attained summit of mankind, the only hope of the future, the consolation of the living, the great deliverance from all the guilt of yore. They are all one in their faith and fellowship as that which will deliver them, their faith in the herd, in themselves.